Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to do an assessment to find out what muscle imbalances you have and see if anything is actually preventing you from reaching full potential and optimal, jumping or sprinting or slowing down deceleration. So the first thing I'm going to have them do is a basic squat. You're going to hold your hands up overhead, and what's going to be really difficult and what I'm going to have you guys do is do the squat without any cleats on, because that's going to prevent the ankles from externally rotating or internally rotating because the cleats are in the ground. So I'm going to have you both feet straight ahead, feet shoulder width apart, hands up overhead. So I'm going to look at the lats to see if the lats are too tight to prevent him from having his arms up overhead. I'm going to check your head, your shoulder carriage, your core, your hips, your knees, and your ankle complex. So what I'm going to have you do is actually squat down like you sit down into a chair. So as you can see, he actually does know how to do a squat. What most people do, what a lot of people do, especially when they're on with just their socks, is that the knees come in, and which indicates that the muscles on the inside of the thigh that attach up into the groin are really, really tight. When those muscles are overactive, it's inhibiting the glutes, the powerhouse, the extension of the hip, from actually doing its job. So tight muscles in, not a good thing for power production and improving sprinting. So externally rotate the knees, so going out like this. So another thing is I see a lot of is when you actually do a squat, the knees go out. So go out like this, which is the opposite of what I just showed. The inside of the thigh, which is the adductors, are extremely underactive and they're stretched out, which is meaning that the muscle, the glute, this muscle right here, is overactive, pulling the femur, which is this bone here, out of alignment. That's definitely going to inhibit performance, whether it's jumping, sprinting, deceleration, acceleration, stuff like that. And also, you notice that his feet are externally rotated. If the feet go out this way, that is definitely indicating a tight calf. You and I both know tight calves are a no-go, especially for coming out of that sprint. It doesn't matter what position you are in, if it's a running back, receiver, any type of position on the field, you have to have strong ankles and strong knees. If those muscles that attach inside the ankle are too tight, it's going to inhibit your performance. Another thing is when you go down into a squat, lean forward like this. Feet straight. Feet straight. Another thing that I also see is that when you go down, see here, you're supposed to actually have the shin and the spine be at the same angle. So you're standing up tall, when you go down to a squat, it's supposed to be perpendicular or parallel to one another. So if this is happening, that means that the muscles in the back and the muscles in the abs are not working together. So the muscles in the abs are pulling your spine forward, which also prohibits you from actually improving your performance, because all movement starts at the core, and the muscles that are in the small of the back, all the way up to all these muscles that attach on the top of the hips, all the way to the base of the skull, if they're not firing to work synergistically with the muscles in the abs, then you're not going to have a good working relationship between the front of the body and the back of the body to protect the spine. Another thing is, I guess, when you also with the squat, what I said about the shoulder complex is that if the arms aren't actually going up overhead, especially for people that have a lot of muscle, the muscles in the lats are extremely tight, or the muscles in the chest, like pec minor up here, is too tight. It's going to actually prevent you from bringing your arms up overhead. And especially if you're trying to catch the ball or throw the ball. Yeah. If you're trying to catch the ball or throw a ball or drive someone up, if those muscles are too tight, not allowing the humerus to actually go all the way up, that's also going to decrease your performance. So basically, the short of it all is that you want to make sure that you have a good working relationship between the muscles and the inside of the knee to the outside of the knee, the front of the knee, the back of the knee, the front of the shin, the back of the shin, the front of the body, the back of the body. All these muscles have to work in a synergistic manner, all working in concert to produce fluid movement to prevent any injury. So that's it. So I'm gonna have him do some sprints and do his thing.
So